So we're looking at practice probe 7EE 4B. Question 1 says, what are all possible values of x if x divided by 5 plus 6 is greater than 21? So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. And I have remaining x divided by 5, make sure you bring that down, is greater than 21 minus 6 is 15. To undo x divided by 5, I'm going to multiply, use the inverse operation, by 5. And then I'm going to have x isolated, divide by 5 times 5 undoes each other. And then I leave my inequality symbol alone. And 15 times 5 is 75. The one that matches that is B. Number 2 says Barry wanted to save at least $700. He opened a savings account with an initial deposit of $150. After his initial deposit, Barry then deposits the same amount of money each month for a year. If he makes no withdrawals, which inequality can be used to determine x, the number of dollars Barry deposits for his account each month? Well, something you need to know here is there are 12 months in a year. So 12 months for that 1 year times however much, x is going to represent how much he deposits in a month, per month. Okay, and we want this to be $700, so it could be equal to $700. Or we want it to be more than $700. 700 is going to be the least. See that? See the little pointy at the 700? At least 700, so 700 is the least amount. So looking over here, I have 12x plus 150 bigger than 700. That looks to match up pretty good. This says 12x minus 150. That's saying he deposited this amount of money and then withdrew $150. That's not what happened. He deposited that $150. So B is incorrect. 12x plus 150. This is saying however much he has in his account is going to be less than 700. We know he wants 700 or more, so this one has the inequality symbol facing the wrong direction. And this one is out for both of those reasons. It's subtracting when he deposited and added, so that's not it. And it also has this inequality symbol facing the wrong direction. Number 3, what are the possible values of x if 12 plus 6x is less than 36? So subtract 12 from both sides. 6x is less than or equal to 24. Divide both sides by 6. X is less than or equal to 4. So B looks to be like a good answer choice. Let's look at the other ones. B is the only one that makes sense here. Number 4, which of these values of z make the inequality true? Add 1 to both sides. We have 3z remaining, bring that down, is less than or equal to -6. Divide both sides by 3. Z is less than or equal to -2. And the one that looks like it says that would be C. Number 5, Marissa saved $3,000 to take a bike trip from Florida to California. She estimated her expenses to be $40 per day. The cost of a ticket to fly back is $240. The inequality below can be used to find the maximum number of days, D, for which Marissa can pay the expenses on the bike trip. 40D plus 240 is less than or equal to 3,000. Which inequality expresses the maximum number of days Marissa can pay the expenses of her bike trip? So we're going to solve this. Subtract 240 from both sides. Simplify, I'm going to bring this over here, 40d. Leave the inequality symbol alone. 0 minus 0 is 0. And 300 minus 24. It's going to give me a 6, 7, and a 2. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 40. And 0 divided, they're gone. So I need 4 into 276. So 4 into 27 will go 6 times. I have 1 left over. Bring down your 6. 4 into 16 will go 4 times. Leave your inequality symbol the same. And I must have divided incorrectly. So let's look at that. I did. So the correct answer here is B. What is the solution to the inequality negative 3x minus 10 is less than 6? Add 10 to both sides and simplify. We still have negative 3x is less than 16. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. And I'm going to have x, and then 16 divided by 3. I'm looking over here at my solutions. They don't have any factors in common. There's a negative in there. They don't have any factors in common, so I can't simplify them. And I'm just going to leave it improper because they've left it improper over here. Save myself some work. However, right here, I have divided by a negative to solve. See that? So that means I need to reverse this inequality symbol. So instead of a less than, it should be greater than. And A should be the correct answer choice here. Number 7, what is the value of, which value of x is the solution for the inequality 4 minus 5x is less than negative 6? Now, this 4 is actually positive, and to get rid of it, I have to subtract by 4, both sides. This 5x is negative. Bring that down. 5x is less than, negative 5x is less than, negative 10. Divide both sides by negative 5. And again, I've divided, that should have a negative there. I've divided by a negative to solve it. That means I'm going to have to reverse my inequality symbol. And negative 10 divided by negative 5 is positive 2. So that should be the correct answer choice there. Number 8, Gustav needed to bake at least 252 cookies for a luncheon. Okay. He baked 8 batches of peanut butter cookies with 12 cookies in each batch. He also baked in batches of chocolate chip cookies with 15 cookies in each batch. Which inequality can be used to determine the number of batches of chocolate chip cookies Gustav needed to bake? Okay, when it says at least, saying this is the least, he actually needs more than 252. So I know 252 is going to be the least amount. Could be equal. Okay, that's the least amount he could have. He could have anything more than that. He baked 8 batches of peanut butter cookies with 12 in each batch. Okay, he baked 8 dozen, so that would be 8 times 12. He also baked in batches of chocolate chip cookies with 15 in each batch. Now, if he's baking more cookies, this is in addition to what he already had of the peanut butter cookies, so this is going to be 15 times n. So let's look at our choices that are showing here. Subtraction is out. It's not like he ate that many cookies. Oh, we've got our variable on a different side there, so we may have to take a second look at that. Let's look and see what D says. Okay, it's got this 12 in the wrong place. It should be 8 times 12 for the peanut butter cookies. So this one's, D is wrong because it's got the 15 and the 12 in the wrong places. So let's look more closely at these other options. Let's see, this one says 15n plus 8 times 12 is less than 252. So I don't think that one's the correct answer. So what they've done here between A and C is they've started to solve it. They're saying that you would subtract 252 if you subtract the 8 times 12 over here and subtract the 8 times 12 over here, you're going to have 15n should be bigger than whatever 252 times minus 8 times 12 is. So let's look and see if either of these two, A or C, says that. 252 minus 8 times 12. And it's got the big mouth towards the 15. See that? So I'm thinking that could be a good choice. This one has the inequality symbol towards how many cookies over here, not towards the 15 times the number of batches of chocolate chip cookies. So that's why this one's incorrect. And I'm thinking that A should be the correct answer there. Number 9, the students in Mr. Kim's class collected 167 cans of food to donate to a food bank. This week, Mr. Kim bought more cans so that the total number of cans was greater than 200, which could be the number of cans that Mr. Kim brought. Subtract 167 from both sides. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 6 is 3. So we're looking at C should be bigger than 33. So 33, it doesn't say, it doesn't have the equal to bar. It doesn't have that equal bar, so 33 is actually not a solution. The only number here that's bigger than 33 is 41. Number 10, what are all the possible values of x if 2/3 x plus 3 is greater than 9? Subtract 3 from both sides. I'm going to go over here, so I should have 2/3 x is greater than 6. Multiply, I'm going to multiply by the inverse. 3 halves. X is greater than 18 over 2, which is 9. Next, we've got which number line represents the solution of m plus 3 is less than 10? So we should subtract 3 from both sides, and we should get m is less than 7. Notice that there's no equal to bar here, so let's check our answer choices and rule out. B is going to be out because it's got the solution starting at 13, and that's just goofy. We know it's going to be 7. And we could also rule out C and D because the circles are closed, saying that 7 is a solution. And this right here says 7 is not. So we know our circle should be open. We know it should be open at 7. And that's all we really need to know to be able to correctly answer this. Notice it says this number should be smaller because the little point's on this side, on the left side. So this number should be smaller than 7. Any number less than 7. So notice 6 is less than 7, 5 is less than 7, and it's pointing in this direction where all the numbers are less than 7. So this is the only choice that makes sense. That's all we have for today. Hope you learned something about inequalities. Thanks for listening.